You won't believe what happened to this biker. He came way too close to a whole bunch of giant grumpy bison. At first, there's this guy filming a mama bison and her little one all up in his car grill. Then a motorcycle dude rolls up, but stops way back so he doesn't tick off the bison. Normally, the big males are the ones to watch out for, but mama bison with babies are super protective and will charge anything they think is a threat. Seems like the biker knew this because he kept his distance, which was probably a smart move. In the end, both the car guy and the biker got out of there quickly. Things got crazy at a bus stop in Hong Kong. Witnesses filmed a messed up situation unfolding. At first, the video is like, huh? What's going on? But then things get scary fast, and it becomes clear something awful is happening. This is a good reminder to be super careful out there. Watch your back, keep your stuff hidden, don't get caught up in your phone, and get out of there if something feels off. From the video, it looks like people tried to help, but it was too dangerous to get involved directly. The good news is, according to the video source, the cops caught up with a vehicle a few miles away from where the whole thing went down. This video starts wild. A bunch of gangsters are chasing a police van down the street, and when they finally catch up, things get out of control. At first, the cops just sit tight in the van, even when the gangsters start smashing their windows. Talk about staying calm under pressure. Maybe a little too calm? But these gangsters aren't taking no for an answer, and things get heated real fast. It turns into a crazy brawl between the cops and the goons. In the end, the cops managed to cuff some of these spunks, but it looks like a few got away. This is creepy stuff that happened back in March of 2019. Security cameras inside an apartment in the Bronx, New York, caught a crook sneaking around a baby's room. A 2-month-old baby was fast asleep in her crib at the time. Thankfully, it doesn't look like the creep was after the baby, but that doesn't make it any less disturbing. The guy rummaged through the nursery for a few times, but then got spooked by the baby's dad walking around in the living room. Instead of hightailing it out of there though, this weirdo decided to break into another apartment on a different floor, a 28-year-old woman's place. This time, he scored some loot. Jewelry, a bike, and a backpack. Here's the scary part. The scumbag got in through unlocked fire escape windows in both apartments. The cops even put out a bolo, be on the lookout for him after he disappeared, but he vanished without a trace. No telling if he kept breaking into more places after that night. Just chills, right? This video got the cops busting some smugglers with a ton of illegal stuff. We see them filming all the boxes they seized. Drugs, weapons, the whole 9 yards. Rough news for these smugglers, because getting caught means hefty fines, jail time, losing all that stuff, and a criminal record that sticks with you forever. The video even shows the intense part. The cops pulling over the smugglers and searching them on the highway. Crazy stuff. There are all sorts of reasons folks get into smuggling, like making big bucks, being desperate for money, or even getting forced into it by gangs. But the good news is, these criminals got caught before they could flood the streets with their illegal goodies. Ever wondered what goes down during a school lockdown? This video will show you. It's from September 2016 by some dude named Chase G, and it starts with a lockdown announcement blasting over the intercom.
On hard lockdown and to check the hall for students. Lock your door. Safeguard the students and remain secured in your room.
The teacher, super chill, tells some students to move their desks around. Then, everyone calmly scoots over to the far tables, and the lights get flicked off. The whole class is just sitting there in silence, waiting to see what happens next. The teacher, keeping it quiet, even explains what to do if they gotta evacuate. Now, this video might not be all action-packed like some others, but it shows you the reality. Even young ones these days gotta deal with lockdown drills in America. This is some straight out of a horror movie stuff that happened back in July 2016. A couple in Chicago, Jack and Jordan, snuggled up on the couch after dinner, watching TV like they normally did. Everything seemed normal until the next day when Jordan realized her purse was missing. Classic finger-pointing moment, right? Jack thinks she left it at the restaurant, but to settle the score, they decided to check their security footage. Around 3:30 in the morning, they see something terrifying. A creepy dude they don't even know is just standing at the top of their stairs, staring down at them while they sleep on the couch. This weirdo waltzed right in through their unlocked front door, tiptoed past them, and just hovered over them for like 4 whole minutes. Creepy, right? Even creepier? The guy was so quiet he didn't even wake up their 2 dogs who were snoozing right next to them. Shaken, they called the cops. Turns out, the sheriff thinks this creeper might be behind a string of other robberies in the neighborhood. And get this, some neighbors even posted pictures on Facebook of this dude casually riding his bike around dark alleys, trying to break into houses. Apparently, he was casing the joint. The strangest part? This stalker dude just walks away with Jordan's purse. It's bizarre that he snuck in unseen, spooked nobody, including the dogs, but only grabbed a purse. Thank goodness he didn't have any worse intentions though. Jordan even told a news station she'd like to think he was just watching TV, not them sleeping. But hey, who knows for sure? Needless to say, Jack and Jordan were freaked. They warned their neighbors. There was a manhunt, but this creep vanished without a trace. Spooky, right? This dude messed up big time, trying to make fun of a wild bear. No way, Jose. He walks right up to this giant ball of claws and teeth and starts barking at it. Like, what was he thinking? There's nowhere to run in this open space. The bear could catch him in seconds. The bear's not having any of it, of course. Just when the guy thinks he's gotten away with it, the beast comes charging. Dude hauls back as fast as he can, tripping over himself to get back to his car. Don't mess with bears, folks. Things are getting out of hand in Fairfax County, Virginia. Cops are dealing with a major shift in how some people see them, and it ain't pretty. This whole mess started with a crazy car meetup in the middle of the night. Hundreds of people showed up, and things got wild. Body camera footage shows a cop totally trapped in her patrol car by a mob of wannabe tough guys, all masked up.
I'm going to be out with a large group of individuals doing donuts in the parking lot behind electronic. I've got a huge crowd, they're hitting my car.
The officer was freaking out, calling for help while these jerks jumped on her car, banged on the windows, and tried to rip the doors open.
I've got a huge crowd, they're hitting my car. I need units to expedite.
It gets worse. Another cop rushing to the scene got hit by a car and ended up with a broken wrist.
600 Alpha, multiple people blocking my cruiser, banging my windows.
Even with a ton of backup, the mob kept acting aggressive, filming everything like they were untouchable. The police chief is seriously worried things could have ended way worse and laid down the law. This kind of disrespect for authority won't be tolerated.
I have a huge crowd around my car. They've all got masks on. They're beating on my cruiser.
Some people just love picking on those who can't fight back. Take this jerk on a bike who yelled at a guy in a wheelchair for using a walking path in the woods. Totally bullies these people. This just highlights the challenges people with disabilities face in public spaces. The dude in the wheelchair was just trying to enjoy a peaceful walk, and the cyclist decides to harass him for no reason.
Nice job.
Seriously, dude, you're not supposed to have e-bikes on this thing.
This is a handicap piece of equipment.
And
What?
show me the rules saying that you're allowed to do this.
You're serious? Who are
Yeah.
you?
Come on, buddy. You're breaking the rules at the park.
It's a handicap piece of equipment. I can't walk.
You should have led with that.
He did leave with that.
I said it. Is this your husband? Class act, brother. You're a class act.
You guys are a class act. You know the rules.
Class
They
act.
allow
I mean,
you
you're...
to be there, bro.
God, dude.
Everyone's on a motorbike.
Wow. Class act.
Look, everyone has a right to use public spaces no matter what. The cyclist was way out of line and needs to learn some respect. Check out this video of 2 dudes getting schooled for littering.
Hey, you just got busted, buddy. Yeah.
This brave woman wasn't having any of it, marches right up to them and tells them to clean up their mess. Those guys didn't seem too happy about it, but they mumbled something and started picking up every single piece of trash they threw down.
You get down and you pick it up. Every bit of it. I don't care. I've been trying to stop dumping up here forever.
Looks like they learned a valuable lesson about respecting the environment. Back in 2023, Franklin Township, Indiana was on edge. A sneaky thief hit over 24 houses and cars in less than a week, freaking everyone out. One of the victims was Carla Wilson. She woke up on July 13th to find her jewelry missing and her front door wide open. Chills, right? Checking her Ring camera footage, she saw a bearded dude in a hoodie rummaging through her garage at night. Creepy. This dude was good. Turns out he'd already broken into Carla's car a few days earlier and swiped the garage door opener. Sneaky, right? He used it to waltz right into the garage, steal stuff from another car parked there, and then, get this, sprayed WD-40 on her door so it wouldn't squeak when he broke in. This guy planned ahead. Then he strolled right into the house, even walked past Carla's bedroom while she was sleeping. Talk about brazen. He grabbed a bunch of jewelry, including her favorite diamond ring, all while she was snoozing peacefully. Luckily, she slept through the whole thing. This dude was obviously a pro. The cops figured he was behind all the break-ins in the area. Can you imagine how freaked Carla felt seeing the stranger prowling around her house in camera, knowing she could have hurt her? Yikes. Thankfully, Carla was unharmed. She used the footage to warn her neighbors, but the thief vanished without a trace. Crazy, right? Even experienced burglars get caught eventually, but this guy just disappeared. This highway turned into a total nightmare. A giant gang just rolled up and started threatening everyone on the road, forcing drivers to slam on their brakes in the middle of traffic. No clue what set them off, but lately, road rage seems to be everywhere. It's no joke. People get crazy behind the wheel, causing accidents, fights, and even serious injuries. This driver here just keeps filming, even as the gang rolls up on him. Talk about bravery. The video cuts out before we see if the cops showed up to bust these guys. Let's hope they did. This dashcam footage from way back in 2019 shows a wild scene on the Queensland Pacific motorway in Australia. Silver Ford Falcon slams on the brakes right in the middle of the road, nearly causing a pileup with a BMW behind it. Things go from bad to worse when a man and woman jump out of the Ford, looking like real trouble. The dude pulls out a weapon and tries to scare the BMW driver, while his partner goes for the car door, but the BMW driver wasn't messing around. They flirted and got out of there. Crazy thing is, this wasn't the only car they tried to steal. Apparently, they went after someone else too, but no luck. They kept going down the highway though, and ended up strong-arming a 67-year-old woman at an exit, stealing her Mazda CX-3. They just left her stranded on the side of the road. The police were on the lookout for them after that, but we don't know if they ever caught the couple or got the car back. Yikes. Buckle up, spooky peeps, because a Reddit user named Maximus Killer just dropped a video in the Ghosts subreddit that'll have you sleeping with the lights on tonight. The footage is from a regular home security camera, nothing special at first, just your typical backyard, crickets chirping, the whole deal. But then bam, things get creepy real quick. Out of nowhere, a see-through figure streaks across the screen and vanishes like a puff of smoke. Maximus Killer, bless his heart, didn't even notice it happened live. But when he reviewed the footage later, let's just say he needed a change of underwear. The video just hit the internet, so naturally nobody knows what's going on yet. But hey, fingers crossed we'll crack the case soon. If it is a real ghost though, gotta say, that's one active spirit. Guess even the undead gotta get their exercise in, right? This Thanksgiving nightmare happened back in 2020. Joey Archer, his wife Beth, and their young daughters were all sleeping soundly in their Washington home when at 6:30 in the morning, their doorbell went off like crazy. Joey jumps up, thinking maybe a neighbor needs help, but while he is rushing to the door, Beth checks their security camera and sees their car is missing from the driveway. Not only that, there's some stranger with a beard she doesn't recognize trying to smash into Joey's car with a shovel. Yikes. Joey gets to the door, sees this maniac, and figures arguing with him is a bad idea. He calls the police right away, watching helplessly as this dude keeps whacking his car with a shovel. Meanwhile, Beth races to the girls' rooms and tells them to hightail it out the window and hide in the family barn. Talk about scary. By now, the shovel-wielding stranger has ditched the car and is trying to break down the front door. Joey realizes it's fight or flight time. Just as the guy smashes the glass in the door, Joey yanks a shovel away and bops him on the head a couple of times. No more Mr. Nice Guy. He chases the intruder outside and holds him down until the cops arrive. The family didn't want to say who this weirdo was, but the cops slapped him with charges of breaking in, trespassing, and messing with their car. Later, they reviewed the security footage and saw the whole play-by-play. Turns out, this creeper had been hanging out on their property for like half an hour before they woke up, rummaging through their garage and even ditching one of their cars. Joey wrote on Facebook that this was every dad's worst nightmare. He urged everyone to get security cameras to keep their families safe. After this whole ordeal, Joey went out and bought a weapon, a pistol, and even beefed up the security at their barn. Understandable. As for the intruder, They never figured out if he was on drugs or something. The doorbell ringing, then the car attack, then the house. It seems like he wasn't exactly thinking straight, maybe a mental illness. But since the Archers kept things private, we'll never really know. Rough day for this dude. This video shows a whole crew of gangsters ganging up on some guy in a brown jacket.
Also better taxi. Taxi. Taxi.
He's trying his best to say sorry, but these guys ain't having it. Gangs can be messy like that. They fight amongst themselves over power, turf, bad blood, you name it. In this clip, the dude's buddies are holding him back while he tries to reason with one of the big guys. We don't know the whole story, but it's a clear reminder that messing with a gang can get you messed up. The video ends with a poor guy just sitting there on the street, all alone. Not a fun situation.
Steven, you alright?
I hear it up there.
In a bizarre turn of events, a serial conman in New Mexico tried to game the system by faking a heart attack during his arrest. Stephen Byer, 61, already wanted on multiple charges like home improvement fraud and driving a stolen car, attempted a bold escape that ended up turning into a hospital fiasco. After being nabbed by Bend and Willow County sheriffs on February 9th, Byers complained of stomach issues, leading the officers to take him to Loveless Hospital. Once there, he convinced the cops to uncuff him so he could use the bathroom, but this was just a ruse. Soon after, medics and officers heard someone crawling through the ceiling, sparking a frantic search.
Get out of the room. Let's see if I can get down there. That was stupid, huh?
Yeah, I tried. Let's go. Make you go through all that.
They eventually found Byers hiding under a pile of insulation in a wall cavity, with an overturned trash can and a missing ceiling panel in the bathroom he used.
I don't think you're violent, but I got him right here.
I just got scared. Well, let me help you up, or you want to help me?
You're gonna have to go first.
Okay.
He's right here with me, on the other side of this wall.
We're okay. Listen, you got my word.
No, I don't really give a shit about your word right now.
All right, well, let me get up there.
But he's gonna have to climb up to you guys. Okay. It's about probably, well, you saw where I went through. You're gonna back up so I can get behind you. And then, yeah, I have him. Here, he's climbing up. Yeah, I was like, how many places can go? Whew. All right. Good? Yeah.
By faking a medical emergency, Byers not only wasted valuable hospital resources, but also possibly diverted medical attention from real emergencies. Buckle up, because this story out of Florida is straight up bizarre and creepy. A woman got pinched for snatching 2 dogs, but that's just the first layer of this weird cake. The cops rolled up to her place to find the 2 pups everyone was missing, but that wasn't all. They stumbled onto a doggone zoo in there. Over 20 extra dogs living with this lady. This whole mess throws a bunch of red flags into the air like confetti at a parade. What was she planning with all those pooches? How are they even living? Stealing pets is messed up enough, but hoarding this many dogs at her house screams major problems with the law and just plain common decency. With this discovery, the cops are now digging deeper. They want to know how she ended up with a whole doggy army and if any other furry friends in the area have mysteriously vanished lately. This situation is sparking mad. The investigation is just getting started. This dashcam footage is a prime example why you shouldn't get road ragey. One driver messes up by trying to cut off another car. Next thing you know, things get heated. Remember, you never know who you're messing with out there. Some folks might be crazier than a bag of hammers in pack and eat. Getting into a road rage throwdown can turn deadly real quick. That's why staying cool and collected behind the wheel is key. There's no point in risking your life or someone else's over a bad driver. Just take a deep breath, count to 10, and let it go. This next story is some seriously dark stuff, so be warned. Back in November, police in South Carolina rescued a woman named Kayla Brown after a horrific ordeal.
Just a girl. How are you, honey? This is bolt cutters. This is our best friend. He's a paramedic. Okay, we're gonna get you out of there, okay? Just hang loose, Lord. Anybody got I need a handcuff key.
Turns out, a local real estate agent named Todd Coleb kidnapped her and kept her chained up in a storage container for 2 whole months. The cops got a tip after hearing screams coming from one of Coleb's properties. When they arrived, they found Kayla inside the container, terrified and with a chain around her neck. The video footage from the rescue is heartbreaking.
Shot Charlie Carver 3 times in the chest, wrapped him in a blue tarp, put him in the bucket of the tractor, locked me down here. I never seen him again.
Sadly, Kayla wasn't the only victim. Her boyfriend, Charlie Carver, was found dead on the property along with 2 others. Coleb eventually confessed to a total of 7 murders, including a quadruple homicide at a motorcycle shop way back in 2003. He also admitted to assaulting Kayla. Coleb won't face a death penalty as part of a plea deal, but he'll spend the rest of his life locked up. Just a terrible story all around. In 2023, a cop named Lieutenant Corey Brooks jumped into action after a tractor-trailer slammed into a concrete barrier and went up in flames.
Come on out!
The driver was knocked unconscious, but Brooks wasn't wasting any time. He ripped through the seatbelt, dragged the guy out of the truck, and pulled him onto the driveway. Just then, an amazing woman showed up and helped Brooks get the driver to safety.
I need help pulling him! Come on! Sir! Yes, sir!
I was in the truck saying to myself, either I'm gonna die in the truck with him or I gotta get him out of here ASAP.
This total hero vanished before anyone could even thank her. Talk about a real-life guardian angel.
She came out of nowhere. She was like an angel. She was like a partner, like we worked together for years.
Come on!
Picture this, you're chilling at the police station, maybe filing a report, when a crazy escape goes down right in front of your eyes. Security cameras catching the whole thing. It's like a scene ripped straight out of a movie. Only this ain't Hollywood. This is real life. Now, this dude didn't exactly rob a bank. He just snagged a battery. The kind of thing you might expect a scolding for. Maybe probation at worst. But nah, this guy had other plans. He went full-on action hero, launching himself out of a second-floor window like a human cannonball. The landing on a parked car below sounded like a bomb went off. Gotta admit, your heart probably skipped a beat. Didn't even take a breath though. Dudeski bolted out of there faster than a bat out of hell, leaving everyone staring in disbelief. A mob of people were going off on the cops, way too many for them to handle. They're stuck in the middle of a brawl between different groups, and things just keep getting worse. Here's the deal, if you ever get caught in a riot, stay calm. Don't get sucked into the fight and find a safe way out of there. Duck down to avoid getting hit by anything flying, and hide if you need to. Once the crowd starts to clear out, you can see what sparked the whole thing. Looks like some goons in white shirts started throwing punches at everyone, and then went after the cops who showed up. Talk about looking for trouble. Let's just say, seeing karma come knocking on someone's door can be pretty satisfying. Just remember, stay safe out there. You know the saying, what goes around comes around? Well, the universe has a way of dealing out instant justice sometimes, and this video is proof. We're looking at a scene straight out of a busy city street. Some driver with more guts than brains decides to pull a full U-turn in the middle of all the traffic. Like, seriously? Of course, this genius plan goes south faster than a greased pig. As they finish the turn, they totally lose control and bam, the car skids right into a street lamp. Talk about instant karma. This is a crystal clear reminder that messing around with traffic laws and putting everyone else at risk can have some major immediate consequences. Guess that street light wasn't just there for decoration after all. Big bust down in Chaco. A police dog named Belgo sniffed out a whopping 19 kilos of cocaine during a routine check at a customs checkpoint in Pedro Juan Caballero. This wasn't your average traffic stop. The anti-narcotics unit was on the lookout for trouble, and Belgo, the superstar sniffer dog, was her secret weapon. He's a Belgian shepherd, basically a furry drug finding machine, and his super sniffer led him right to the stash. Turns out, some smugglers thought they were slick, hiding the coke in 54 packages all crammed into the axles of a semi-truck hauling wood, but Belgo wasn't fazed. He sniffed out their plan and helped the cops seize the whole shipment, which was headed all the way to Montevideo, Uruguay. Back in August of 2021, a dad named Carl Prees and his 2 boys were out on a fishing trip off Perth when things went south real quick. A giant wave decides to crash the party, flipping their boat over like a toy. Talk about a bad day at the lake. Luckily, Carl wasn't about to let his family go down without a fight. While their boat was sinking faster than a rock, he grabbed their emergency beacon, fancy way of seeing a super cool flashlight that calls for help. Time was running out though, with only about an hour of sunlight left. These 3 were clinging to the barely there tip of their boat in the freezing water, shivering like crazy. The Western Australian police knew every second counted, so they scrambled the whole rescue crew, helicopters, water police, the whole shebang. Thanks to the beacon and some sharp eyes in the helicopter, they spotted Carl and his boys about 18 kilometers out at sea. With the clock ticking, the water police swooped in and fished them out of the water, safe and sound.
Coming out the back. Out of gear. Straighten the engines. Go back inside. No, you're right. Yep, you're right. Come around here, there's a ladder. Grab onto that ladder. You're right. Can you climb that ladder?
No, I can't. Bye now. Thank you.
Yep. So just come in here.
Yeah?
You're okay. We'll be with you in a minute. Just stay calm. We'll come back around, okay? You're doing a good job. Rope in.
Grab a seat on the floor.
Come and sit down, babe.
Sit down.
Sit down. Come sit down. Just sit down.
Just go back to him. Lay down.
Yep. Okay. Is there anybody else?
No, that's it.
Just the 3 of you? Okay.
In, out. No, out of gear. Come around the back of the boat. Come around the back.
Come around the back, mate.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
You're right.
No, that's it, mate.
See that ladder? Can you stand on that?
No, I can't.
Alright. Let go of that.
You're right, mate.
You're right. Let go. Let go of this hand. Let it go. Let it go or I can't help you. Let go, yep.
Yeah, we're evacuating the second 2 persons are non-outstanding. We have 3 here, 0 outstanding. We've got the second juvenile on board. Come sit down here on the floor.
Okay.
Sit down on the floor.
I'm so cold.
That's okay, I'll get you a towel in a minute, okay? Just gotta help get your dad in. That's okay. Don't worry about it.
So just the 3 of you on board? Yeah.
Oh, that went quick. Real quick.
Yeah. Just come in, we'll sort that line out.
Alright, now do you want to take your coats off for me? Take your coat off and we'll get some...
I'm too weak for that.
Okay, I'll give you a hand in a second then. That's okay, can I give you a hand? Right, I can't... Right, just put this around you. No, it's okay, don't worry. We're going to go back to...
Why kill him?
Right.
Yeah, that's correct, mate. 3 POV.
All the way around you.
Been recovered. CT fire. The other helicopter standing down. All correct. We just want to confirm traffic control. Just please want to confirm that there were 3 POV and still out.
Pretty scary ordeal. These guys are tough cookies. They got checked out at the hospital for hypothermia and some jellyfish things, but they made a full recovery. Close call. So here's the drama that went down at the University of Dayton on September 2nd, 2023. The cops were dealing with a stolen car situation when some college students living nearby decided to yell their heads off at the officers. Not cool, right? Once the car situation was sorted, two sergeants, Oldham and Pullen, figured they'd give these loudmouths a talking to. They headed to the house they thought the yelling came from, but whoops, wrong door. Luckily, someone pointed them to the right place.
And all your roommates, have them come down here, please.
I don't know the girls who live upstairs.
Get the girl, what do you mean?
That's a different house.
That's not you?
No.
I'm so sorry for bothering you then.
No, it's okay. That's just not us.
How do you get to their house?
It's that door right there.
I am very sorry.
That's okay. I was just like really confused because I've been asleep.
Well, their windows are right above yours, so we assumed it was 22.
No, 22, that's 20. It's 20. I'm 20.
Okay, so they're upstairs,
Yes.
you're downstairs.
Yes.
Good to know. I apologize.
Yeah. I know some girls are out in the back, but it's not me.
Well, thank you. Not,
Have a good night.
You too. Sorry about that.
A 20-year-old woman answered the knock, and Sergeant Pullen asked for her ID to slap her with a referral for breaking a school rule. Sounds serious, right? Well, while she's searching for it, the sergeant spots something fishy, an ID they think is fake.
Hi.
Hi. Need your IDs.
IDs?
Student
can
IDs.
I ask for why?
You're being referred. Student IDs right now.
Can I just ask?
Give me your student ID.
I think I have the right to ask why.
Okay, so now you're going to get another referral for non-compliance.
I'm sorry, hold on.
Okay.
It's non-compliant. I'm just asking why.
You guys want to sit up there and yell stupid shit and raise all kinds of issues with us while we're trying to do work and interfere with our scene? Yes, you absolutely are. It's all on my camera. Give me your ID immediately. Get your roommates. I need their IDs as well.
Can I come back to you in like a minute?
Nope. Don't shut your door. ID.
Okay, I'm
No,
gonna get it.
you're not shutting your door.
I don't feel comfortable with you opening my door.
I'm not opening your door. I'm holding it open. Get your ID.
Okay.
But
I'm the only roommate here right
no,
now.
you're not. I want all the girls' names that are...
I just walked through my whole house. I'm the only person here. Ma'am, I'm sorry.
That's fine, that's fine. Then the university can contact you guys.
Got it.
We need your ID, though.
Okay. Here's my ID.
Do you have your state ID?
My state ID is me.
Do you know why we're talking to you?
I do not. I have no clue what's...
Everything that you guys were up there yelling at us is on our body cams. So every time we turned around, we could see your faces. So everything that was going on is on camera.
We've just been confused why...
No, you're not confused.
12 and all that, that's being confused. I think that's you playing
Telling
dumb
us
now.
we have too many cop cars. Telling us that we're in the way of your pizza.
We don't need 3 cops for one
we
kid.
have just been...
Yeah.
Like,
You've been up there talking shit, is what you've been doing.
So here's my ID.
And now it's not fun for you no more.
I have my paper one. It's just that my...
What was the one I seen in the front right there? Is that your fake one or something?
Here's this mine.
No, what's the one up front? The fake one. What's that one?
This is mine.
No, what's right there?
This is mine right here.
Okay, so now we're going to play that game too.
That's fine. How old are you?
I am
Brenda's ID.
You're 20?
And you're drunk, huh? Cool.
I can smell the alcohol on you.
Give me your ID. Give me your ID or turn around and you're under arrest for underage consumption. State ID now. Give me the fake.
This is mine.
The fake ID that we saw that's on
Come on.
camera. You really want to go to jail over a fake ID?
I do not.
Then give it. We have
I'm not
Want
playing.
me to give it to you in that? I will. If...
Before you know it, the woman's in cuffs. Then another 20-year-old dude shows up, gets heated with Sergeant Pullen, and things get physical. Yikes.
Your power. That's what I want to say.
Yo, I'm done with you.
Please go. Vince, just shut the door. Can you shut the door, please? Just, Vince.
No. Jesus Christ.
No, Vince, go. Go, please. Shut the door and go.
Bro, you're a fucking loser. Holy
Just go, Vince, go.
All right.
You don't want to make this worse for me, please. Just shut the door and go.
Actually, what are you talking about? I actually want to know what the rights you're talking about. I actually want to know.
This isn't nothing.
It doesn't matter. I want you. What's the rights you're talking about?
Where's your student? You student here?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't matter. What the f are you talking about her?
Vince, just go.
Talk to me right now.
Go.
I don't care.
If you don't stop.
Don't talk to me.
Vince,
Stop.
please,
Tell me
you're going to make it worse. They don't like
this.
this. They don't like it. They don't
Tell me
like it.
right now what the f.
Vince, go.
Give me a right right now.
Go.
Turn around.
No.
Turn around.
Talk.
Oh my God.
Talk right now. Talk. Give me a f right.
Stop.
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 During the whole mess, Sergeant Oldham apparently broke her hand pretty badly, needing surgery to fix it. The police used pepper spray to control the guy, and things finally settled down.
You fucking abuse your powers right now. I have fucking rights. I know your fucking rights, bro. I know your rights. I know your fucking rights right now. I know your rights. I know your fucking rights, bro. I know your fucking rights. I know it. I know it. Put your hands behind your back now. I know your fucking rights now.
I got your hand.
You got your
Come on, we got pepper spray everywhere.
Okay, come on. Christ. Get the fuck up. Pretend like you can't. I'm not doing shit. I'm not doing shit.
We gotta carry it.
Jesus Christ. I didn't even do shit. Like, what the f is this?
You know what? I got pepper spray. I hope you know you just got, I don't even know how many felonies.
You don't even know because you guys are fucking
mouth. Shut your fucking mouth.
The woman got charged with underage drinking, and the man faces some serious charges. 3 felonies for assaulting a police officer. Remember, everyone's innocent until proven guilty, but this whole situation sounds messy. Hold on to your hats, folks, because there's some seriously troubling news coming out of Baltimore that's shaking people's faith in the police. The Baltimore PD just had to suspend 7 of their own officers, and let me tell you, it ain't pretty. This whole mess blew up after some body camera footage surfaced that looked real suspicious. Apparently it's from a traffic stop, and things get real shady. The video shows the officers messing around near the driver's side of the car. One of them even crouches down for a bit while the others watch. And poof, like magic, they turn on their cameras and start recording audio. Here's the kicker. These fancy cameras record video all the time, but not sound. Except conveniently, they don't show the 30 seconds before they hit record. Makes you wonder what exactly went down right before that, huh? The plot thickens even more. One of the officers starts digging around in the car again, pulls out a black bag, and surprise, surprise, claims that's where the weed smell is coming from. Yeah, right.
Well, here you go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I knew it. I thought they were freaking out.
That's the weed smell right there,
That's
too.
why they were freaking out.
Oh, these are like little 5s.
Yeah, she had a 19.5 weed and a pocket. Jacket pocket.
These little small bags, and here's some dirt.
Hey, I'm gonna go hot just for this recovery and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've been off because I wasn't obviously hiding, so. That's definitely the bag. Because when he opened it, I saw green, and I was like, I kind of thought, if it's big enough for me to see, it must be weed.
That was gonna be weed.
Yeah.
Nothing else on me?
Good job. So I think I inadvertently took credit for being an idiot.
This whole series of events stinks to high heaven. It's no wonder people are questioning these officers honestly. The Baltimore PD has launched an internal investigation, but let's face it, this kind of stuff seriously erodes public trust. This wild police body cam footage shows a Lauderhill officer getting doored, hit by a car door during a traffic stop. The officer pulls over a driver, Crystal Lee Tennant Parther, for reckless driving. Next thing you know, she speeds off and slams right into the cop's door. Talk about close calls.
You have your driver's license?
Okay, can you meet me at my house? Thank you.
No.
You don't have
Give me
the
your driver's
right-
license.
You don't have the right to
Ma'am?
do that. You don't have the right to do that.
Alpha 12. Send me a 94. Stop the car! Stop the car! 94. Send me a 94. Black female trying to run me over. Yeah, stop the car! Stop my car!
I can't.
Put the car in drive. Give me a 94 now.
Is that car?
Put the car in. Eastbound traffic. Almost ran me off the road.
The officer's okay, but Tennant Partner isn't done yet. She leads the police on a chase that ends with her crashing into a tree. The officer jumps into action, cuts her seatbelt, and pulls her out.
Get off the car!
I can't! Ow! Ow! I can't breathe!
You're going to jail.
Tennant Partner is now facing a laundry list of charges, including aggravated battery for hitting the officer. She got bond but lost her driving privilege for good. Probably a wise decision considering how this whole thing went down.
She's like, why'd you stop me? I was like, I have a right to stop you. You're driving reckless.
This video shows a good Samaritan stepping in to help a deputy arrest a suspect in Pahrump. The deputy, Jason Rouge, still pretty new on the job, was wrestling with a suspect outside a terrible lakeside casino when a man walks up and lends a hand. Talk about being in the right place at the right time.
The intoxicated male in the parking lot causing a scene with other individuals. I didn't want him wandering in the roadway, so I asked him to step off the roadway. He basically refused. So I had to go hands-on with him. He started resisting, and we ended up going to the ground. So while I'm trying to place him in custody is when this bystander pulls in front, gets out of his truck, and proceeds to help me.
Thanks to this mysterious hero, Deputy Rouge was able to take the suspect into custody without anyone getting hurt.
He made a couple statements to the suspect to just comply. He helped with grabbing an arm and putting it behind the suspect's back.
Both the deputy and Sheriff Joe McGill are super grateful for the stranger's help. They say things could have gotten a lot worse if they hadn't been there.
Me personally, as the officer who needed the assistance, and I'm sure as the department, we like to express our appreciation. He probably didn't want the recognition. He's one of those types of people that can be kind of the unrecognized hero.
The only problem? Nobody knows who this awesome person is. The police are still searching for them to say thanks.
If he doesn't want to go on television and make himself known, that's fine, but I'd love if he would come down to my office and sit down and have a cup of coffee with me, and I'll tell him thank you face to face.
This anti-Pride rally in Hong Kong went south fast. Things were peaceful until the police decided to control the crowd. Big mistake. Tear gas is nasty stuff. It burns your eyes, makes it hard to breathe, and can mess with your skin. Not to mention it can really tick people off. The cops using tear gas is a huge debate. Some folks say it's necessary to control crowds, but others say it just hurts everyone, including innocent bystanders and people with health problems. Let's hope nobody got too messed up after the crowd started fighting back. This whole situation is a mess. Talk about a once-in-a-lifetime safari. These tourists in Tanzania were chilling their jeep when the king of the jungle decided to roll up. The lion saunters right over, and the driver slams on the brakes. No one wants to mess with a lion. But here's the twist. Instead of roaring and lunging, this giant kitty starts nuzzling the jeep. Maybe it was marking its territory. Maybe it just wanted a giant metal scratching post. Either way, it's not every day you get that close to a lion without getting mauled. Those tourists definitely got their money's worth on this trip. Buckle up, because this is some wild police chase action. A woman got pulled over for a regular traffic stop, but things went south fast. She decided to hit the gas and lead the cops on a high-speed chase. Talk about not wanting a ticket. The police weren't giving up though. They were hot on her tail for what felt like forever. Finally, after a heart-pounding chase, they managed to corner her. The arrest itself was a whole other scene. This woman was a total wreck, like a full-blown meltdown. It was intense, to say the least. Bystanders and cops alike were left speechless by the whole dramatic ordeal. School shootings are the worst kind of nightmare, and in March of 2023, that nightmare became reality in Nashville. An armed man, a former student himself, opened fire at an elementary school, taking the lives of 3 young ones, all just 9 years old, and 3 adults. Security footage is chilling. The shooter barges in, weapons blazing, and starts roaming the halls with an assault rifle and a weapon. Thankfully, the police responded quickly and took the shooter down within 14 minutes of the first emergency call. But that doesn't erase the tragedy. What drove this person to do something so awful? The answer, sadly, remains a mystery. Sleepovers are fun gatherings where people, often children or teenagers, stay overnight at someone else's house. They're a way for friends to spend extended time together, typically involving lots of fun activities. But you most certainly wouldn't expect to come across something paranormal when you're at a friend's house for a sleepover, would you? While this video by TikTok user BB1150 shows that actually you might want to be on the lookout for that. In the video, the uploader can be heard getting audibly frightened by something, at which point he does his best to wake up a sleeping friend. Although it was difficult to do so, eventually the uploader gets his friend out of bed, and it's here in which some truly bizarre noises can be heard. Have a listen.
Get up. Get up. Get up. You here, listen. Touch that door. That Ouija board. I'm getting out of this room. I can't see.
The uploader gets up to check his closet, probably expecting the source of the noise to be coming from there because that's where it sounded the closest. But he discovers that there is nobody inside. The second video that was posted shows the uploader wandering around the house just a little bit more, perhaps not wanting to give up his investigation, wanting instead to put an end to the terrors he has been facing. In the footage here, the uploader can be seen slowly opening a door in his house and peering in. Watch this.
Okay, guys, I think this might be the last time.
A terrifying figure can be seen looming in the room. If you turn the brightness up, it takes the uploader a couple of seconds to notice this, but when he does, he closes the door instantly and locks it before the video ends abruptly, leaving us all to wonder what happened next. Who was this strange and creepy visitor that was in the room? Did it mean the uploader and his friend any harm? Thankfully, it seems as if the uploader is okay, but I think it's safe to say that this incident ruined sleepovers for him and his friend forever. A giant crowd gathered around what looked like a shooting match between journalists and some gangsters. These gangsters, called triads, are basically Chinese organized crime. They're into nasty stuff like drug dealing, shaking people down for money, and smuggling. In the video, the triad members are getting all up in the journalists' faces, yelling and even shoving them around. Talk about escalating a situation. Then the cops show up, but instead of stopping the triads, they block the journalists from getting any closer. And guess what? They let the triad members walk away scot-free. No wonder the journalists are mad. Unfortunately, they seem stuck in a no-win situation. Two fishermen on a Miami fishing trip decided to do something wild. Strap a GoPro camera to a baby hammerhead shark. The video starts with these two guys talking about their crazy plan. Catch a shark, and bam, GoPro on its fin.
So we don't hurt the shark. I got this clip. It's not very tight. Just tight enough to hold it on.
My gosh.
We're gonna tilt the GoPro down so you can see the head of the shark.
So all hyped up, they get their gear ready and start fishing for the perfect little shark. It doesn't take long before a baby hammerhead comes along.
Guys, so we have a shark to put a GoPro on him. What kind of shark is this? Let me see. Oh, guys, if you know about sharks, comment below.
Working together, these guys manage to haul it in and attach the GoPro. They double check to make sure the camera is on tight and secure, then release the shark back into the water. With the camera rolling, the GoPro captures some amazing underwater footage as the little shark swims around. After a while, the fishermen figure they've gotten enough awesome content. Imagine you're just minding your own business on the bus when, out of nowhere, a man starts going psycho. A video by Max Phoenix from February 2016 caught this whole crazy scene on camera.
Silly, I'm gonna kill you! You want to die? Do you want to die?
This dude starts smashing the bus window, like uppercutting the glass. He's clearly not playing around and yells threats at someone inside, asking if they want to keep living. He finally manages to break a hole and squeezes himself through the window, getting onto the bus. Here's the weird part. He gets face to face with his passenger. Then, nothing. They just stare at each other like nothing dramatic just happened. The whole thing is super bizarre. This video, filmed during the ongoing war between Ukraine and Russia, shows Ukrainian forces taking a Russian soldier into custody. The soldier is clearly distressed, lying face down on the ground. A tense moment unfolds as the Ukrainians make a demand. They want the soldier to chant something in support of Ukraine. The soldier responds, but the situation escalates. The video shows the soldier being struck on the head and further pressured. It's a scene of humiliation, with the soldier's insignia apparently removed.
Leave me alone! I sat down to get out beaten. Look at my feet! They call me a break!
So this video starts with a bystander catching a tense moment between a homeless dude and two security people. Looks like the security guard wanted the guy to move on, but he wasn't budging. The man tries to explain himself, but they just aren't getting it.
I'm getting onwards, and I have strings onwards, and I'm getting 6 pieces of chocolate into me, and you are moving me on. All I want to do is get 6 bits of chocolate into me, and you're dispersing me out of the town centre. No, yeah, because I want to get 6 bits of chocolate into me, and you're pissing me off. I've got... We asked you to... No, you're causing alarm, harassment, and distress. Go away! You are causing me distress! Go away! I want to get a bit of chocolate into me so I can get off! I want to get a bit of food into me so I can get off!
Fair enough, man.
No! You're actually taking the mick! I'm getting a bit of chocolate into me so I can stand it! Yeah? I have got red feet! So just I have got red feet! And you understand why I'm kicking off! My feet are sore! Yeah? You sit at home for 5 to 6 days a week on your fucking arse doing nothing. I walk about all the time.
Chill out, man.
I am constantly
You're right.
on my feet.
What's wrong with...
So cut me a break, please.
Why ain't he allowed to sit on the floor for 5 minutes?
And I was sitting down.
You are? Yeah, of course I am. Yeah, it's going on my YouTube channel. It'll go on my YouTube channel.
I was getting a drink and something to eat, you scumbag.
Here, mate, chill.
First. I was getting a drink and something to eat, you scumbag!
You're dispersed for your behaviour.
I was sat there getting something to eat, you piece of shit!
You're dispersed for your behaviour and abusive language.
No, because I'm sat there eating and drinking!
The guy filming says the homeless man just wanted to chill for 5 minutes, eat his chocolate, and rest his aching feet. You could practically see the pain in his red swollen ankles. Things get a little heated in the video, but it's clear the man's feeling pretty frustrated. Maybe he's hungry, tired, and stressed out, all boiling over at once. Honestly, if those security people just backed off a bit, things might have calmed down. Sometimes people get so caught up in their jobs they forget about compassion.
Which he is doing now, like, but...
You're abusing your metro! Get it off! You're abusing your metro! Now get it off!
Streamer Glinks was walking through a crowded area, doing his usual live stream, when things took a turn for the strange. A homeless guy walks up and starts chatting with him.
Okay, what you want? I'm Nostradamus. You drinking alcohol? No. You're Nostradamus.
Turns out, the guy's looking for some cash for crack. Glinks, being a good dude, offers him some food instead. But now, the guy just wants $5 for something else. You know, not exactly groceries. Glinks politely lets him know he doesn't support that kind of habit, and the homeless guy moves on. Awkward encounter all around.
$5 for what? For food? For what then, bro? Bro, I don't want to support that. It's just the truth. You got me cameras. So what is that gonna be? Well, I'm not gonna do anything with it. Well, anyways, we might be back, but anyways, dude, we'll see you. All right, come on. All right, I don't fucking. Well, you wanted some store.
This video caught a major meltdown at a drive-thru. Apparently, a customer totally lost it on the worker, who wasn't about to take it.
You gonna be nice?
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna take your...
What's your name?
You're not entitled to know my name.
What's your name?
I'm not a government. I work for a privately owned business. I can refuse service to you. I don't have to give you my name.
Things started with a customer being rude and disrespectful, so the worker shut down their service. Instead of just moving on, the customer decided to argue and almost lose his marbles, even daring the worker to step outside.
Look at this guy with a 13 on his ear like a girl.
That's right, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's right, with your little fake-ass silver chain.
Hey, look at your fucking cheap-ass shit.
Yeah, I got real shit on. Yours is a little $20 chain.
Step outside, bro.
I'm not gonna step outside,
you
fool.
Step outside?
You can leave right now.
Step outside?
I'm gonna call the cops if you don't leave.
Meanwhile, the worker is stuck dealing with this clown while a whole line of cars back up behind them. Totally inconsiderate. The worker tries to confirm if the customer has a mobile order, but nope, dude's just causing a scene. In the end, the worker gets fed up and tells the customer to beat it. Honestly, good riddance.
Why don't you talk to me with respect and then I'll fucking take your order the right way. Fuck you too, bitch. Bitch ass nigga. Pussy ass 13 boy.
Yeah, you little bitch ass motherfucker.
Yeah, that's right. Gang banging on your hoes.
Talk that shit in there, motherfucker. Come outside.
Talking right now.
Talk that shit in there.
I'm outside. Look, I'm outside right now. My face is outside the window. Are you gonna cry? Little guy's gonna cry.
People woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of screeching tires and crashes. Turns out, a bunch of tried gangsters tried to jack a sports car. triads are basically Chinese organized crime, and these guys weren't messing around. They surrounded the sports car, trying to block the driver from leaving. Luckily, the driver wasn't having it. As soon as he saw a gangster hop out of another car, he slammed on the gas and peeled out of there. Smart move, because carjackings can get deadly real quick. He got away, but his car looks pretty messed up. Still better than getting robbed by gangsters. You missed the news? The internet's been buzzing about a crazy solar eclipse that happened on April 8th, 2024. It stretched all the way from Mexico to Canada, with the moon completely blocking out the sun in some parts. Pretty cool stuff. An eclipse happens when the moon swings between us and the sun, acting like a giant cosmic dimmer switch. But this time, something else strange was spotted in the sky, shown in this mind-blowing TikTok video by the Dundastics. The video starts off normal, with a guy filming the eclipse, but then bam, a UFO zooms through the clouds for a quick second before vanishing. You gotta hear the crowd erupt. What is that?
Bruh. Look, there's something flying through the air. Oh shit. What was that? What was that? Yo, what the?
Aliens!
Now, whether it's aliens or not, this video seems legit. The people's reactions all happen right after the object streaks by, which is pretty hard to fake. So what do you guys think? Did UFOs hijack the solar eclipse? Were little green men checking out the light show? Let's hear your theories in the comments. Reddit user TechnoCrypt909 is swearing up and down a paranormal entity was creeping on him and his dog. This whole thing went down on January 21st in a post on the Chills Narrator subreddit. Apparently his dog saw something seriously spooky, and honestly, I kinda believe him.
Okay, so the dog is refusing to leave beyond this point right here. We don't know why. We thought it was from the bathroom, but it wasn't, so we brought it back down. And yet she still refuses to leave this room. Like, she won't go beyond here. We don't know why.
In the video, you can see the dog slowly backing away, like it's trying to hide in the only safe spot in the house. Then, at 36 seconds, bam, there's a creepy face staring back from the window. I gotta admit, I saw it too. Those hollow eyes and the big old grin, yikes. Now maybe it's just a weird reflection of a shirt or something. At least that's what I'm telling myself. But man, is that ever unsettling. This plane was just taking off when the engine cowling decided to take a vacation. Not exactly ideal.
Our cowling's popping open on my side.
Oh shoot. Oh shoot.
My airplane.
You have an airplane?
Airplanes are built to be super precise, and a giant piece of metal flapping in the wind is a real downer. Not only can it block the pilot's view, but it messes with the whole way the plane flies. Thankfully, the pilot in this situation was a total pro. Even with the odds stacked against them, they managed to turn that bird around and land safely back on the ground. There must have been some serious panic moments watching that engine cover do the wind dance. Turns out a simple latch was missing, which could have kept everything in place. Lesson learned, double check those plane parts before takeoff.
Gonna make the landing nice if it's gonna go on YouTube. Alright, and then we'll just hit it with a little turn off here. And we're good!
This video shows a woman who completely loses it at security. Can you believe it? She walked straight through the metal detector with a fire extinguisher, and then she sets it off right there in the security line. Talk about chaos. The extinguisher sprays everywhere, blinding and choking the TSA officers and other passengers. People are freaking out, trying to get away from the fumes. It's a total nightmare. Security eventually manages to subdue her, but not before she injures a few people in the process. This woman clearly needs some serious help, and hopefully, she'll face the consequences for her actions. Karens rarely get what's coming to them. They might get banned from that airline, but you know they'll just cause trouble somewhere else. Here's to hoping they learn their lesson someday. Spooky road trip vibes. This first video comes from TikToker Ali Chase World, stuck in their car after a breakdown in the middle of nowhere in Appalachians. Ellie and her friend decided to film a little dance party to pass the time. All fun and games, right? Wrong. Ellie steps out of the car, and that's where things get creepy. A deep, mysterious man's voice booms out. Hey, Ellie and her friend aren't two-faced at first, but things escalate fast. They scramble back to the car, only to find the alarm blaring.
What now? I guess we'll have to walk to the store.
Hey.
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 What do we do? What was that? Did you hear that? Yeah, we better get back in the car. Yeah, we better. That was locked. Oh my god. Okay. No. You'll have to unlock it for me. Something weird has happened with this car. What's going on?
Just when you think it can't get weirder, a mysterious knocking starts on the outside of the car. Like seriously, no one's there. Luckily, the girls manage to start their car and hightail it out of there. Yikes.
Let's see if it starts. It started.
Waiting for connection. Bluetooth connection success.
What was that? Ashley, I do not like this. Oh my god. Let's get out of here. Go. Does it run? Is it working? Yes, it is. It's working. Thank God.
This video is a major reminder. If you're ever stranded in the Appalachians or anywhere remote, remember these safety tips from Ali Che's world. First rule, ignore anyone calling out to you. Second, if you feel like you're being stalked, don't run. Let's hope these girls' experience is a cautionary tale, not a terrifying reality for anyone else. Hold on to your flashlights, ghost hunters. This bone-chilling video just landed on the Haunted subreddit, a place where spooky stories go viral. The video, posted by The Clownin', comes from a home security camera and starts off pretty normal, just a living room doing its living room thing, but then bam, things get creepy. You gotta watch this part right here, especially the door. See anything weird? Out of nowhere, a shadowy figure streaks across a wall and then poof, vanishes like smoke. The user who uploaded the video says it's from a trusted family member, which makes it even more unsettling. Nobody knows what's going on here, not even the person who posted it. Hopefully, this family can figure out this spooky shadow situation before things get out of hand. On July 28, 2022 in Boston, Lincolnshire, a little girl named Lilia Valitite was playing outside an embroidery shop with her hula hoop. Her younger sister was right there with her, and their mom was just inside, but close enough to hear everything. The video shows Lilia and her sister having fun, but then things take a horrible turn. Suddenly, emergency workers rush onto the scene. Lilia's mom had heard a scream and raced outside to find her daughter bleeding on the ground, while her little sister stood by in shock. Medics rushed Lilia to the hospital, but it was too late. She died from her injuries. The young man in the last frame is Davidas Skebaz, a 22-year-old who was charged with her murder. This dashcam footage from a motorcycle rider in San Francisco shows a scary situation involving a homeless woman. She's wandering right in the middle of the traffic, clearly confused and disoriented. It's nerve-wracking to watch as she darts across the street, barely avoiding getting hit by a car. Unfortunately, the video also captures some motorcyclists making fun of her. Look, the situation is serious. This woman clearly needs help, not mockery. Hopefully, someone will be able to connect her with the resources she needs to get off the streets. This video's got a dude in a white polo shirt yelling at the cops, who are clearly trying to keep things chill. Big mistake, my friend. This supposedly peaceful protest just went off the rails thanks to this hothead. In China, messing with the police is a no-no. You could get arrested, slammed with crazy fines, or even worse, because their laws are super strict. Things calm down for a second, but then guess what? Mr. Angry Pants decides to stir the pot again. The cops didn't waste any time tackling him after that. Not the smartest move, buddy. This video shows a jailbreak attempt that went, well, not exactly according to plan for the escapee. We see this guy Martinez spot an opening and he bolts. No hesitation, just pure get out of here energy. The problem? The officers aren't exactly in tip-top shape for a foot chase. Martinez, being young and nimble, easily leaps over a fence, putting a good distance between himself and the cops. It's like watching a cheetah outrun a couple of beagles. The officers scramble after him, but those fences are a bit too high for their hurdling skills. Martinez might have actually gotten away if it weren't for a watchful neighbor who saw the whole thing go down. Yep, you guessed it. She watched this dude crawl under her house like a scared cockroach. Can't say we blame her for calling the cops again, right? Not everyone wants an unexpected house guest, especially one who just escaped jail. This busy intersection just turned into a war zone. A bunch of Fujian gangsters decided to wreak havoc, and now a giant crowd has gathered to watch a drama unfold. The cops showed up fast to shut things down, but now there's a tense standoff between them and the gangsters. Yikes. These gangsters are bad news. They're involved in all sorts of violent crimes, drug dealing, and other stuff that messes with people's lives. If you ever see graffiti tags, cops constantly rolling through a neighborhood, gang symbols, or a ton of violence and illegal activity, that's a good sign to steer clear because it might be gangster turf. The video cuts out before we see how it all ends. But one thing's for sure, this situation ain't pretty. Back on Tuesday, August 15, 2023, the US Marshals were hot on the trail of a fugitive named Stephen O'Neill. Apparently, the 39-year-old dude violated his probation, so the Marshals weren't messing around. They tracked O'Neill down in Bernalillo County and called in the deputies for a traffic stop. But O'Neill wasn't going down without a fight. He swerved his car, rammed right into a deputy's patrol car, and took off like a bat out of hell. Luckily, another deputy wasn't having any of it and managed to apprehend O'Neill.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Everyone involved walked away with no injuries, which is always good news. O'Neill's now in federal custody, but the marshals are staying tight-lipped about where he's headed and if he's facing any new charges. This video is a scary reminder of how fast fires can explode. In a blink of an eye, this house goes from chill to inferno. Looks like an electrical issue sparked the whole thing.
I'm on scene. I have heavy fire through the roof. Unknown if any occupants are inside. We'll be getting a 360. All units continue straight in. Stand by for 360.
Firefighters race to the scene and whoa, the roof is already engulfed in flames. It's intense. The good news is, the fire hasn't reached the downstairs part of the house yet, but there's still a major fire raging upstairs, so time is ticking.
Lagrange, I see. We have a car for all personnel on scene. We do have knockdown the fire. We'll be continuing with offensive operations.
I got that second line. You want to bring it back here? Okay.
The firefighters grab their tools and start punching holes in the downstairs ceiling. Those flames upstairs are so hot, they've already weakened the ceiling, so it breaks easily. As the holes open up, you can see massive flames shooting through. Yikes. The rest of the firefighter crew springs into action, blasting water towards the roof. Things get even crazier when flaming debris starts falling from the ceiling, right onto the firefighters. But these heroes keep pushing through, battling the blaze. Thankfully, they manage to extinguish the fire before it spreads any further. And guess what? Everyone gets out safely. A close call, but a major win for the firefighters. Remember how we talked about tribe members working with the cops? Well, this video might just back us up. In the video, you can see the cops chatting politely with gang members, even though the gang has weapons. After a brief chat, the cops just let them walk away without any consequences. To give you more context, this went down after the cops were called to break up a fight between two rival gangs. It's really disheartening to see how widespread police corruption is everywhere. Set sail for Spooktacular on this cruise ship. Just when you think you're in for a relaxing night with an ocean view, aliens crash the party. This video, posted on the UFO subreddit by Tasty Beverage, isn't his own footage, but apparently it's a real deal. According to the original poster, the video comes from some folks who claim to have captured a UFO on camera. Apparently, the original video even had audio of the witnesses freaking out, but something went wonky when it got uploaded here. In the video, you can hear people talking about how they managed to film this strange object, and someone gets excited when it changes direction. So, UFO believers, is this the evidence you've been waiting for? Or is this video more like a big, blurry nothing? The flames are raging so hot they've practically eaten through the entire roof. These firefighters aren't backing down though. They charge up the stairs and get right to work. They use a special tool to break a hole in the ceiling. Whoa, the fire has weakened the ceiling so much, the whole thing caves in. Dust and debris explode everywhere, making it hard to see.
Above us, please.
But these firefighters are pros. They don't let a little smoke inhalation stop them. They keep blasting water up towards the inferno until finally they manage to extinguish the flames. Nobody gets hurt and the fire is out. A total win for these brave firefighters. A homeless man and a tour guide got into a shouting match that ended pretty badly for the homeless guy. It all happened in a crowded area, so everyone saw the whole thing go down. Witnesses say the homeless man started yelling at the tour guide, and things got heated fast.
Right.
It sounds like the homeless man was acting aggressive, and the tour guide felt threatened enough to use pepper spray to defend themselves.
Oh, pepper sprayed in this. Yo, he's pepper sprayed.
Not cool for anyone involved. Hopefully, things calm down after that, but it's a reminder that tensions can run high in busy places. Some serious drama went down at a subway station. A whole bunch of gangbusters rolled in and trashed the place, shutting it all down. Apparently, there's a video of this wild riot, but it cuts out quickly, so who knows what happened next. Here's the deal. If you ever get caught in a riot, stay cool. Don't try to be a hero and get out of there the safest way you can. Duck down to avoid getting hit by stuff and find shelter if things get too crazy. Riots are no joke. People get hurt, stuff gets wrecked, and it's just a mess. So this local pastor gets caught on camera dumping trash on the street in his own neighborhood. Apparently, cleanliness is next to godliness doesn't apply to this guy. Illegal dumping is all too common in Oakland, but this ain't your typical case. A security camera caught this pastor breaking the law by throwing out garbage. And get this, he's all dressed up in his suit and pastor collar while doing it.
A person in that position is supposed to be a community leader, a community contributor, and a person is supposed to guide others.
Dude throws out a little desk, a giant black bag, and some other junk. Then he waits for a couple cars to pass before unloading a whole shelving unit. Talk about sneaky. This all happened right outside Dorothy Aline's business. And guess what? Her camera caught the whole thing.
It's infuriating, but if you're going to be here, you just have to take action.
The pastor, some dude named Nathaniel Jones, claims it wasn't even trash. He says he left it out on purpose for homeless folks to take. Yeah, right. Nobody's buying that story. Not even the city lawyer.
It's important for people who are doing this to be held accountable, both with the citations and both with being exposed.
The city's got the video and they're gonna find Pastor Jones. Turns out, this ain't his first rodeo with trouble. He's on the registry for assaulting and doing something terrible to a child under 14. Yikes. On top of that, his church shut down years ago. And guess what? He lives just 2 blocks away from where he dumped all the stuff. The neighbors are pretty fired up, saying the pastor owes the community a big apology.
I think anybody who does this ought to be ashamed.
Oh, and by the way, the same camera that caught the pastor also caught another couple illegally dumping. They rolled up in their Volvo, tossed out a couch, some trash bags and boxes, and then bounced out of there. Not cool, folks.
Don't be rubbish.
MT-08, BVR. This is the person dumping rubbish.
Being a parent means setting a good example for your young ones, right? Well, some folks clearly missed that memo. Take this incident. where a dad got busted using his children as his own personal trash gremlins. This whole mess went down when a dude decided to involve his 2 young ones in some good old-fashioned fly tipping. Now, that's just a fancy way of saying he was dumping a bunch of junk illegally. What makes this whole thing extra yucky is that he dragged his young ones right into the middle of it. This video shows the whole thing. Dad and his 2 young ones unloading trash from their van onto a pile on the side of a mountain. Yikes. Thankfully, a watchful neighbor spotted the scene and wasn't having any of it.
You have to do this. You've done it before, mate. That's why you know this spot.
I haven't.
You have. That's why I've seen you this spot before, mate. Where have you picked this up from? Where have you picked this up from, lad? Are you gonna answer me? You know this is fly tipping. You understand that?
This brave bystander marched right up to the dad and put a stop to his illegal dumping operation. Talk about a reality check. Faced with getting called out and probably feeling pretty ashamed in front of his young ones, the dad had no choice but to pack all that trash back into his van. The young ones probably weren't too thrilled to watch their dad clean up his mess, but hey, maybe they learned a valuable lesson about littering that day.
What about all this? I want you to pick every little bit up before you go. Or you're not moving from me, I'm blocking you in. Yeah, every little bit I want you to pick up.
In August 2017, a young man named Anwar Teriyaki was walking home in Roxburgh Park when things took a terrifying turn. The grainy security footage shows Anwar running for his life. It seems he was being chased by 2 men and it looks like one of them is holding a weapon. Anwar was probably thinking about everything, his family, his future, as he desperately tried to outrun his attackers. Sadly, they caught up to him just steps from his own home and shot him. The men are believed to be connected to a jail drug dealer who may have ordered the hit from his prison cell. This is a chilling reminder of the violence that can happen on our streets. The story from the paranormal subreddit is gonna send shivers down your spine. A user just posted a video that'll have you questioning everything you thought you knew about the spirit world. Here's the deal. The user's brother was chilling at their mom's house, dog sitting Oscar while the parents were at work. Suddenly, the hallway light starts acting possessed, flickering on and off like a disco ball gone rogue. The brother, ever the curious soul, whips out his phone to film the weirdness.
Doing it again. That switch down there is on. You see it past my shaking. This one is on, okay? It's Mom. See what I mean? It's... You can hear it. Mom, nope.
Now the user admits they've always felt a bit of a creepy vibe in the house, but nothing this crazy. Prepare to be spooked, because this video is straight up bananas. In the video, you can see the light freaking out. Get this, the switch that controls it actually moves on camera, twice. The first time, the switch flips halfway down, which is already unsettling, but the second time, the switch slams all the way down like someone or something unseen is throwing a ghostly tantrum. No wonder the brother hightailed it out of there. The user uploaded the video hoping other paranormal peeps could weigh in. They're especially worried because their mom still lives there and claims to have had similar spooky experiences. Let's be honest, if that happened in my house, I'd be packing my bags faster than you can say boo. This place is giving major haunted house vibes. Hopefully, if there is something ghostly going on, the user can figure out a way to send it packing. Nobody needs that kind of negativity in their home, right? This next video ain't pretty. Apparently, some Hong Kong protesters messed with a tourist in the worst way. The tourists ditched their luggage to get away, but these folks just wiped it. Look, staying safe on the streets is key. Keep your head on a swivel. Don't flash fancy stuff. Stick to right areas. And be aware of what's going on around you. It's a bummer the bystanders couldn't help, but sometimes it's safer not to get involved. If you ever get robbed, stay calm. Make sure you're alright and report it to the police right away. Give them all the details you can remember. Don't be afraid to lean on friends, family, or even a therapist for support. This video ends with the protesters just walking off with the tourist stuff. Messed up, right? This video shows a close call of a curious young one. He sticks his umbrella through the elevator doors to hold them open, but that backfires. The sensor doesn't pick up on the umbrella and the door slams shut right on it. The elevator jolts to a stop and the boy is stuck. Scary stuff. It's easy to imagine things going way worse. Thankfully, some quick-thinking residents and the maintenance crew come to the rescue and get him out safely. This is a good reminder that elevators are no place for playing around. Maybe this little dude learned his lesson, or maybe he's just not allowed to ride the elevator solo anymore. Either way, everyone's okay, and that's the most important thing. This next video is from a guy named Rusty Tucker, who uploaded some spine-chilling footage to his YouTube channel on July 4th. 2016. After watching this, you'll probably never want to visit a cemetery again. Rusty went to Evergreen Cemetery in Gastonia, Arkansas, to check out the legend of the ghost mother. Back in the early 1900s, a young mother lost her baby near the cemetery. She searched for days and nights and was eventually found dead there. They buried her on the spot, and people say her ghost still roams the cemetery looking for her baby. Rusty visited the night before filming and heard creepy sounds of crying and moaning. He was too freaked out to leave his car, so he went back later with his drone to film from above. Here's what he captured. Did you see it? If you look closely, you can spot what seems like a ghostly figure crouching beside a tombstone, staring at the camera before it stands up and moves out of sight. Incredibly, Rusty had the guts to run out and try to chase the ghost, but it was nowhere to be found. At the end of the video, Rusty says he planned to return to the cemetery to investigate further. However, he never posted another video about it, and since this video is 8 years old now, it looks like that return visit never happened. Maybe that's for the best. You won't believe this. Two dudes are going at it like toddlers over what looks like a fender bender between some fancy cars.
達到你咁有型，以為冇後果，轉個頭咪俾人拉曬。
Listen, accidents happen, and it's totally normal to be frustrated, but freaking out won't fix anything. Stay calm, keep your head cool, and work with the other person to sort things out. If you start yelling and getting aggressive, it'll just make a bad situation worse. You could end up in a screaming match or worse, a fistfight. No bueno. This clip ends with these guys still yapping at each other. Like seriously dudes, just breathe and deal with it. This video shows a handcuffed person breaking free during a chaotic protest. It's a confusing situation. People are protesting. There's commotion everywhere, and this dude sees his chance to bolt. He trips a bit, but the distraction from the crowd gives him the perfect cover. He gets on his feet and disappears into the throng of people. The cops are caught off guard by the whole situation and don't manage to catch him. Here's the thing, running from the cops is a serious crime, but you also have to consider the context. Was this person a danger to the public? What were they protesting about? Folks in Eau Gallie, Florida, were freaked right out the other day after a wild video surfaced. Apparently, someone spotted a crackhead crawling through a sewer. People were obviously confused and worried seeing this guy acting so strange in such a nasty place. To top it all off, the video even shows him singing Amazing Grace down there. Talk about creepy.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
This whole thing is a real bummer, reminding us of the tough times folks on drugs and down on their luck can face. This next video is gonna mess you up. Dude leaves a birthday party all smiles, then bam, rival gang jumps him out of nowhere. It's a full-on brawl. These fools are throwing down with anything they can grab. Trash cans, sticks, even knives. Yikes. Look, gang wars ain't no joke. People get seriously hurt, sometimes even lose their lives. It messes up the whole neighborhood and innocent folks get caught in the crossfire. Crazy, right? Apparently, the cops snagged 4 dudes after this whole thing went down. This crazy video has been circulating out of town. It shows a homeless lady totally flipping out on a cop. She's throwing stuff everywhere while the officer's trying to write her a ticket. No respect at all, and kinda scary, honestly.
She hit this lady with all types of She about to get her. She said, what? Whoa.
Even when the cop tries to calm things down, the lady's still acting wild, even as she walks away. And get this, she leaves all her stuff behind. The dude filming is just speechless, and apparently she's even yelling about having diarrhea. Yikes. So back on October 11th, 2022, the cops get called out to a situation with a car that seems kind of fishy. Apparently there's an unconscious person slumped over inside. Now that's bound to raise some eyebrows, right? The police roll up to the scene and try to wake the person up. Here's where things get interesting. This lady pops up all groggy-eyed and tells the officers she was just chilling at her mom's place, waiting for her phone to charge up. No big deal, right? Well, the officers ask her for some ID, just to be sure everything checks out. Luckily, she doesn't cause any troubles and cooperates.
Open up the door. Open up the door.
Oh, sorry.
Open up the door. We need to check on you.
Oh, my mom, I was out here. I was charging my phone. And my mom, I fell asleep.
What's your name?
Haley. My mom and him live right
Haley
here.
what?
Get your ID with you, Haley.
I don't have it on you.
Step out a minute.
Oh, I'm fine.
Just come this way a little
I'm
bit.
sorry.
You're not doing dope, are you?
No, I swear to God, I'm not.
How old are you?
I'm 23. Yeah, I didn't. I'm not doing dope, I promise. No.
Where do you live at?
I'm staying with them. But I came out and charged my phone. I just came from Florida.
Did you?
Yeah, I was
What part
in
of
the hurricane.
Florida?
In the hurricane.
Where are you?
How old are you?
23.
What year was you born?
99. My picture, I'm fat in it. I've lost weight since then.
How many sisters you got?
I have one sister.
What's her name?
Haven.
Come on here a minute.
Oh, okay.
We need to check you out here.
Okay.
You're only 23 years old?
Yeah.
You're not lying to us, are you?
No, sir.
All right. You be truthful.
I am.
All right.
I don't have nothing on me, I promise.
Okay. You look a little older than 23. What high school did you go to?
Kettering Grandma High School.
What year did you graduate?
And I just graduated. Oh my God. I'm not a Catholic freak, though.
We're going to have to ascertain your identity here. I hope you're not lying. Are you lying, young lady?
No.
Okay, have a seat. How'd you get all the way up from Florida?
My grandma and bought my plane ticket.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
But then things take a turn. Shortly after, the woman decides to come clean with the cops and spill the real tea.
Tell me your real name. Move your arm there.
Oh.
Give me your cookies.
Perfect. Oh, you had them. You took them.
I took them.
Yeah.
I got them up there. What's your real name?
It's Brandy.
You got a warrant on you?
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of warrant?
Just from failure to appear.
What's the original charge?
I was in probation for that petty theft.
So she was a liar?
Escape risk. She runs from the cops.
That murder?
Aggravated robbery 3 times.
Brittany.
Man, you got a lot of warrants here, Brittany.
A lot of warrants.
Yeah.
Well, if it's not Brandy, then in charge of a drug possession.
She got dope in there?
Yep.
You got a prescription for... Yeah. She came off who she was.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's her.
Brandy, you looking for her for anything?
I didn't say that I am. Got any robberies, homicides, kidnappings, abductions?
How old are you really, Brandy? How much?
39.
All right, Brandy, turn that way. Put your hands behind your back. No dope, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because they get down there.
No.
Then you're going to make me look bad twice.
Turns out, this lady ain't exactly an angel. She's got a whole stack of warrants for some seriously bad stuff. We're talking armed robbery, kidnapping, even, well, let's just say she's not someone you'd want to mess with. On top of all that, she got slapped with a charge for obstructing business, whatever that means exactly. Not a good day for her. Big win for the Chinese police. After being on the case forever, they finally collared the big cheese behind a huge illegal weapon smuggling ring. Check out the video. They got this dude cuffed and surrounded by mountains of weapons they snagged too. Messing with weapons in China is a serious offense. You're talking big jail time, hefty fines. They might even take all your stuff. And in extreme cases, the death penalty. Smuggling is a big problem there because criminals always want more firepower. The profits are insane, and it's tough to catch everyone at the borders. Good thing they stopped this before it reached the bad guys, right? Dashcam footage caught a terrifying moment when a tractor trailer went rogue, plowing through cars like they were bowling pins. 10 cars pile up in a blink of an eye, and one white car burst into flames. But here comes a real hero moment. This dude jumps out of his car and sprints towards the burning white car. He throws himself at the passenger door, trying like crazy to get it open. Seeing the flames, others ditched their cars too, rushing to help. These strangers didn't even hesitate. They braved the fire and broken glass, all to save this woman's life. In the end, they managed to pull her out the window. Talk about teamwork. This video shows tried gangsters looking like they want to throw down with some journalists, or just trying to film a rally. Instead of stepping in and shutting them down, a police officer just escorts a tried dude away all nice-like. This is people freaking out that the cops and the triads are in cahoots, like some backroom deal. You know, cops turning a blind eye for bribes, that kind of shady stuff. There's definitely been cases of that happening before. We can't say for sure what's going on here, but it sure is suspicious, right? What do you think? A guy named Dustin Lee Fraser posted a video on his TikTok on March 19, 2024 explaining how he's been seeing some weird stuff while working at a hotel in the Appalachian Mountains. As he's walking through the halls and hits record, you hear this.
I'm freaking out, guys. So I just Snapchatted my friend, right? And I like walked through, and now the alarm's going off.
One of the hotel's alarms starts blaring for no reason, totally freaking Dustin out. He goes to the kitchen to turn it off and mentions there's a spot where he can see something behind him, but only in that specific area. He points out how it showed up in a Snapchat video he sent to a friend. Check this out.
So I was walking through here, and whenever you get right here, you can see something behind me. And I like watched it, I did like a playback.
Sure enough, right behind Dustin in the video, there's a creepy figure with a terrifying face standing there.
Nauseous, and I don't really know why. Like I have tried to like take medicine for it and stuff, but I don't know.
You can even hear it whispering something that's hard to make out. In another video Dustin made, the same figure shows up again but in a different spot.
For it and stuff, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like it really does anything. And then whenever
Dustin's walking around the hotel, still pretty shaken from the last incident, but when he enters a room, you can see the entity appear in the mirror. Look at this. And it doesn't stop there. About 30 seconds later, Dustin opens a door leading down a long corridor, and you see this. Could it be the same figure lurking around the hotel? Or are there multiple? Either way, why is this thing targeting Dustin while he's just doing his job? Is it trying to hurt him? Dustin might want to find a new job ASAP before something terrible happens. A terrifying scene unfolded in Chicago recently when a resident heard screams coming from the street below. They looked out their window and caught the tail end of a nightmare. A red van speeds away, and another car sits in the middle of the road. Passenger door wide open. Looks like someone tried to stop the van. Here's what went down. A woman was walking down the street when two men jumped out of a red van and tried to abduct her. Thankfully, a Lyft driver happened to be passing by at the exact moment. This quick-thinking hero slammed on the brakes, and their passenger bravely jumped out and pulled the woman away from her attackers. Unfortunately, the Lyft driver couldn't stop the van completely, and it sped off with the men still inside. The police were called, but they haven't been able to find the suspects yet. This is especially scary because it's the second attempted abduction in that neighborhood in just a month. Everyone is on edge, hoping the police catch these creeps soon. A plume of smoke, ominous and out of place, rose from the depths of the Shepherd, Texas woods, sending ripples of alarm through the town. Had another wildfire ignited? This time, the flames licked at a building shrouded in secrecy, whispering rumors of hazardous waste. With whispers of a forklift accident as the culprit, 13 investigators descended upon the scene, a team of detectives battling not just fire, but a mystery. With each extinguished ember, they unraveled the truth, bringing both relief and unanswered questions about the enigmatic structure and the secrets it held. an Echo Park intersection became the scene of a reckless stunt and subsequent crash. Documented in a now viral video, the high-speed maneuver in a Tesla saw the car airborne before coming to a halt on a steep road. Speculation online points to the driver being a TikTok personality, with reports of a post-crash escape in another vehicle adding to the drama. Alexi Choi, YouTube kingpin, splashed the video across the internet, claiming no harm done. But for Echo Park resident Jordan Hood, Dawn revealed a different story. His car mangled by the airborne Tesla. The plot thickens. A joyride chariot, a rental snatched hours prior from a downtown LA lot. Post-crash, the Tesla lay in fragmented glory, while the rental company coughed up a name, Dominicus alias Dirt Dom, an influencer with a penchant for stunts. As the crash video went viral, another clip surfaced from Dirt Dom's account. Just totaled my new Tesla, but like smoke vanishing in the wind, the account disappeared. The police chase was on, a digital cat and mouse game with a real-world wreck in its wake. Amidst the drama of the Tesla crash, a heartwarming ray of sunshine emerged. Kind strangers rallied on GoFundMe, raising over $20,000 to help Jordan replace his wrecked car. This outpouring of support serves as a beautiful reminder of human kindness in the face of adversity.
It's 1963, and we're originating our program in Washington, where funeral and burial services for John Fitzgerald Kennedy take place today.
Cameras flashed as the nation mourns. It's 1963, and Washington, D.C. stands cloaked in a thick veil of grief as they lay President John F. Kennedy to rest. The world had watched in horror as the events of November 22nd unfolded, etched forever in collective memory. But just as the echoes of that tragedy began to fade, another shocking twist emerged. Tainted by past associations with organized crime, illegal gambling, narcotics, and prostitution, nightclub owner Jack Ruby thrust himself into the national spotlight with the shocking shooting of Lee Harvey Oswald.
He's been shot. He's been shot. Lee Oswald has been shot. There's a man with a gun. It's absolute panic. Absolute panic here in the basement of Dallas Police Headquarters. Detectives have their guns drawn. Oswald has been shot. There is no question about it. Oswald has been shot.
A chilling twist marred Dr. Jack Kevorkian's first national TV interview in 2015. Just as viewers tuned in, static and glitches scrambled the Fox News broadcast, replacing the doctor's face with a masked figure claiming to represent Anonymous. The brief disruption sparked speculation and debate, leaving the question of its true nature hanging in the air. During the alleged hacking incident on Fox News, the masked figure representing Anonymous delivered a brief message criticizing the network's coverage. The specific grievances included accusations of fear-mongering, corporate bias, and complicity in covering up corporate corruption. Additionally, Anonymous questioned Fox News' commitment to fair and balanced reporting, suggesting instead that it served as a tool against the public interest. A chilling whisper of truth cut through the static as Anonymous accused Fox News of selling its soul for profit. Claiming to have unraveled the network's corporate puppet masters and their hidden agenda, the masked figure delivered a defiant message. No wall of money or power could forever silence the tide of truth. Fox News, unfazed or perhaps defiant, simply went back to its scheduled programming, leaving the enigmatic accusations hanging in the air. A seemingly ordinary scene takes a dramatic turn. As two individuals walk by, flowers begin to sway, signaling an unseen disturbance. The pool water abruptly churns, forming a powerful vortex. Further back, the fence splinters as a resident crashes through, propelled by the unseen force. He emerges, disoriented and drenched, as the chaotic waters subside. The aftermath, a significantly depleted pool in a waterlogged yard. Two teenagers walking down the street encounter an unexpected outburst of anger from an older man approaching from the opposite direction. The man's motive for his apparent hostility remains unclear.
You better not touch me, swear to God.
You're a smart little fucking ass, you're a fat little pig, and you're a mama's boy.
How?
Because you are. You're a smart ass. Both of you.
What have we done?
No. Don't start getting smart with me, you little fuck. If I throw this in your fucking head. What the hell?
What have I done to you?
A quiet neighborhood in Westminster, Colorado was rocked by a devastating explosion that claimed the life of resident Gary Pine, 59. News drone footage captures the heartbreaking scene where the home Mr. Pine once occupied is now reduced to a smoldering crater. Authorities believe the explosion was intentional, fueled by a natural gas leak, and investigations are ongoing to determine the exact cause and contributing factors. While the motive behind Mr. Pine's actions remains unknown, the impact on the community is undeniable. Neighbors mourn the loss of Mr. Pine and cope with the extensive damage caused by the blast, while struggling to come to terms with the tragedy that unfolded in their own backyard. Echoes of battle linger at St. Martin's Battery, as captured in this Paranormal Beyond the Grave video.
Sentence. Okay.
Erratic K2 readings and the repeated name Nick on their spirit app cast a veil of mystery over the investigation.
Nick. Was you a soldier, Nick?
Nick.
Was that?
Nick. Repeated it.
Nick again?
Nick. Nick's obviously a soldier.
Are these whispers from beyond the grave from a soldier named Nicholas trapped in the shadows of war?
Big Nicholas. He was a big man. Is that right? About a meter.
The team's quest for answers is cut short by a chilling noise down the hallway.
Describe.
What was that? What was that? Hello?
Leaving the specter of Big Nick forever unresolved. In a place where countless lives were lost, the boundaries between past and present seem to blur, raising unsettling questions about the lingering remnants of conflict.
Unit 128, 64767.
During a routine traffic stop in North Texas, a police officer's dash cam captured a potentially life-saving decision.
1800 off the Chico Highway. But this is pretty much the exact location that happened at. Good evening, Officer Taylor, Bridgeport. And him being a young driver, this is a small town. A lot of times they'll call their parents. Who is this?
The officer's immediate action following the stop may have prevented a dangerous situation.
But once I saw it accelerating, I thought he was the driver, the wrong way driver was intentionally trying to hit me.
Police say it wasn't just a little swerve. They say the driver crossed over multiple lanes of traffic, narrowly missing the officer where he continued down the road.
Get out of here, man. You're good. You know, my goal was to get this guy stopped before somebody got hurt, before he hurt himself or hurt anybody else.
Taylor flew down the road, eventually catching up with the driver, who investigators say just nearly killed him. Police say Timothy Atkinson admitted he had been drinking but was below the legal limit. He was arrested for driving with a suspended license from a prior DUI and for driving on the wrong side of the road.
It could be something as little as pulling somebody over for running a red light, and it can, in an instant, turn to a deadly situation. He got out of a ticket, but he's even more lucky that he didn't get hurt as well. Just doing my job, really. Just trying to keep the roadways safe.
In 2014, a man with a history of white supremacy association faced charges for a series of attacks at 2 Jewish facilities. After months of legal proceedings, he admitted to the crimes in court and received the maximum penalty. This short clip captures a moment from the hearing.
Mr. Frazier does understand the nature of the proceedings and is capable of assisting counsel in his defense. So we will move forward at this point.
The defendant initially remained calm, but later became agitated when the judge set a date for a further hearing.
What about my speedy trial?
The attacks occurred in April, targeting the Jewish Community Center in a retirement community. Tragically, 3 lives were lost. The defendant, known for his prior involvement with white supremacist groups, admitted to the shootings, citing hatred as his motive.
I attacked the Jewish Center of Jews commit genocide against white people. I have a right. I continue to do what I did.
Under the watchful eyes of technology and the swift response of law enforcement, a stolen BMW SUV was recovered in Indian River County on November 28, 2023. Deputies received a hot tip from the Sheriff's Office LPR camera network, detecting the vehicle heading east on State Road 60 after exiting I-95. With the stolen BMW pinpointed, the IRCSO helicopter Hawk swiftly joined the pursuit, locating the SUV nestled in the back parking lot of Nino's Corner at the intersection of 43rd Avenue and State Road 60. From the air, the Hawk pilot witnessed 2 suspects abandoning the stolen car and attempting to hop into 2 nearby parked vehicles. Before their escape plan could fully unfold, multiple deputies materialized on the scene, swiftly apprehending all suspects involved. A reckless joyride landed an 18-year-old Uribur Gonzalez Lopez behind bars and facing charges of grand theft auto, travel to commit a felony, auto burglary, and resisting arrest. Gonzalez Lopez saw his bond set at a hefty $185,000. He wasn't alone in his alleged exploits, as 20-year-old Jack Darlington also faced charges of grand theft auto, travel to commit a felony, and auto burglary. Darlington's bail was set at $150,000. Adding to the charges, a 17-year-old boy is now facing a barrage of accusations stemming from the incident, including grand theft auto, fleeing or eluding, travel to commit a felony, auto burglary, and resisting arrest.
Were you in touch with LPR? Alright, listen, we got looks like auto burglary in progress, guys, on that car. 2 black males just came out and tried to pull on those door handles. They're getting back in that car.
Copy, just keep an eye on it. Let Hall take the radio. No. We're 97 area. Go ahead, Johnny.
Alright, he's currently trying to get into the car next to him. It's a Chrysler. Actually, he got the car open. It's an Audi. It's an Audi SUV. I'm sorry, Audi vehicle. He got in the front seat, driver's seat. 10DBK is the Mercedes. Alright, yep. They're gonna bail. Stand by. Dogs on the ground. Alright, I'm gonna have the radio, please. Vehicle's taking off. Head on for Uncle Sam, stand by. Let Vero know, please, let Vero know.
Where they at, Johnny?
Right behind you, they got him cornered in, stand by. Western entrance. Stand by. Alright, I need more units down there, please. K9, there's one more in the back. Tony, there's one guy in the back still in the car. Just hold your position. Everybody hold tight.
The tragic events of July 12, 2022 at Yale School continued to impact both those directly involved and the broader community. Shortly after noon, a vehicle arrived on school grounds, causing concern with its off-road maneuver. Security personnel responded to assist the driver, unaware of the unfolding situation that would become one of the most devastating school shootings in history. Amidst the unfolding tragedy at Robb Elementary, an 18-year-old former student entered the school, causing immense alarm and panic. The situation remained critical as he moved through the hallways, discharging his weapon. In a terrifying yet hopeful moment, a child encountered the individual but managed to escape unharmed. Fear hung heavy in the empty hallway, broken only by the deafening cracks of gunfire. Each resumed volley of shots ripped through the tense quiet, amplifying the desperation of the trapped children. Time seemed to stand still, punctuated by the chilling echoes of violence as hope for immediate intervention dwindled. After a prolonged wait, law enforcement arrived and engaged in a confrontation with the individual responsible for the shooting. Due to the severity of the situation, officers initially retreated to regroup and strategize. With renewed efforts, they finally breached the location, bringing an end to the unfolding tragedy. The process of securing the premises and ensuring safety took considerable time and involved significant coordination among law enforcement personnel. During a live-fire training exercise on Leesville Road in Raleigh, a flashover event occurred within the designated training structure. The structure had been previously donated to the local fire department for controlled burn exercises and used in various training scenarios before this incident.
Yeah, I got it. I didn't turn it off. Hey, get down low. I want you down low. Yeah. Because it's the first time burn, all that paint is catching. Okay.
Gene Video Production explores the possibility of a haunting in this abandoned house. Strange sounds like footsteps and bangs pique curiosity, prompting speculation about the former resident's potential presence.
J'ai cru que quelqu'un était rentré. J'ai entendu des bruits de pas.
While some might attribute these noises to settling structures, the overall atmosphere suggests a sense of unease.
Si je fais des longues... Putain, mais c'est pas possible. Est-ce que c'est vous qui faites des bruits? J'ai encore entendu un bruit là. Quelque chose qui a tapé. Je referme la porte. Manifestez-vous si c'est vous. Refaites-le.
The video leaves the viewer to draw their own conclusions about the cause of these unexplained phenomena. Tragedy struck Escambia County, Florida, just days after 18-year-old high school senior Carl Santarelli posted a TikTok video reflecting on her perfect driving record. On Highway 29, Santarelli's Nissan SUV collided head-on with a Chevrolet sedan coming from the opposite direction, tragically claiming both drivers' lives. The video, posted only 6 days before the accident, resonated deeply with many due to its unexpected turn of events. In it, Santarelli confidently shared her clean driving record, stating she had never hit another person or vehicle. The sudden loss left her family and community reeling. Her aunt, Gina Southard, expressed her grief on Facebook, highlighting the immense void Carl's absence left behind. Similarly, Lazy Lynn, Carl's mother, shared her love and blessings for her daughter on social media. Mabini, a small coastal city in the Philippines, is renowned for its breathtaking underwater world. On April 8, 2017, a group of divers exploring its depths encountered a chilling reality: 2 earthquakes, one measuring 5.6 and the other 6.0, shook the seafloor beneath them. For those curious about the experience of earthquakes underwater, these divers offer a first-hand account. Originally planned for a 20-minute descent to 140 feet, their dive took a dramatic turn. They described a disorienting sensation likened to a powerful propeller churning above them. The ocean floor trembled, sending rocks crashing, and the shockwave reverberated through the water, impacting their ears and making breathing difficult. Recognizing the danger, their dive leader made the crucial decision to abort the dive and return to the surface. Thankfully, no one was harmed in this underwater quake. The 17th Judicial Circuit in Florida is presently investigating the events of October 26, 2018. Within this footage, a group of young men comprising 4 rappers from the YNW group, Jamal Demons, Anthony DeAndre Williams, Christopher Jermaine Thomas Jr., and Malik Henry, is observed getting ready to depart in 2 vehicles. Regrettably, this recording signifies the final instance when 2 members of the group would be observed alive. Subsequently that evening, Anthony DeAndre Williams and Christopher Jermaine Thomas Jr. were fatally shot while inside the vehicle. When Malik Henry transported them to Memorial Myra Hospital, they had already succumbed to their injuries. Prosecutors assert that Jamal Demons and Malik Henry orchestrated and executed the murder of their friends, disguising it as a drive-by shooting. Approximately at 4:35 a.m., a few hours following the recording of the video, Malik Henry drove the car to the hospital, with both rappers in the back seat bearing multiple gunshot wounds. The disconcerting aspect lies in the resumption of life as if the ghastly incident had never occurred. Despite the tragedy, the 4 rappers had scheduled a video shoot with another artist for the following day. Meanwhile, YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie remained lifeless in the morgue. Yet Malik Henry and Jamal Demons proceeded with their participation in the video. Subsequently, both were apprehended on February 13, 2019 and faced charges of 2 counts of murder. Tensions heightened on Highway 55 west of Panama City on November 6 as protesters opposed to the government's copper mine reopening caused a traffic jam. Photographers and TV reporters were on the scene to capture the unfolding events. 2 climate protesters were injured by gunshots fired by Kenneth Darlington, a 77-year-old retired lawyer and professor, near a protest blockade on Highway X on November X. The incident, which unfolded amidst chaotic scenes, prompted swift police action, resulting in Darlington's arrest. Concerns are growing for a firefighter who went missing after battling a major fire. Fear gripped a mother and child as their car plunged into a water-filled ditch. Thankfully, the heroic teamwork of Flagler County law enforcement and firefighters saw them safely rescued from the sinking vehicle.
She's in water. Is the baby above water? She's above water. Is the baby above water?
Yeah, baby's breathing. Watch your eyes.
Let's get the baby out. All right, I'll hold this. Here, hold on, let me get this out of your face.
Oh, the kid, Jen.
It's gonna get in your face.
We're coming, ma'am.
All right, we're gonna get your baby first, all right? You can't, okay. Fuck, we got a kid in here, this baby's head is just barely above water.
All right, baby's under water?
No, just barely above.
All right.
Got the door.
Got a bus? Yeah, ma'am.
All right, so we got a female over here. She's above water, but she's bleeding heavily.
Okay, we'll get.
She's talking to us.
Hey, boss.
Yeah.
How about you step out? I'll step in there. I'll get the baby out for you and hand you the baby.
All right. I got the door.
All right.
I'll grab the baby.
The car seat's not buckled.
Nope, you're good, you're good. I'll
Can we get up each
Come on up, bro.
Go.
Hey, sweetie. Are you with
We got a child that's really not responding. She's above the water. We're getting her out of the car. We got another one in trap.
You got a light, Candy? We got females bleeding heavily. Baby's just above water right now.
All right. You're good, Sweetie, hey. Are you okay? Female, she responsive?
She is, yeah, she is responding, but she's saying she's pretty hurt. Somebody.
There's the baby.
Both are now recovering under medical care, while the cause of the terrifying crash remains under investigation.
Are you able to step out or no?
A vehicle carrying a family, including a young child, went off the road and into a pond in Naperville, Illinois. The Naperville Police Department responded swiftly and found the occupants struggling to exit the partially submerged car. 3 officers, undeterred by the cold water, entered the pond and assisted the occupants.
Unlock the car. Can you unlock the car?
Unable to open the doors from the outside, the officers found an alternative way to gain entry and extract the family.
Bring it.
Thanks for watching. Stay vigilant, friends.